Kings, it's Razanon. Yesterday was my birthday. I had a fantastic stream. It was really fun. I turned 28 years old, which is entirely uneventful, but my birthday landed on one of the days that I stream in my schedule. So I had a nice little birthday stream, got quite a few subs, a bunch of gifted subs from Crimson Ninja TV. Shout out to that boy, and go drop him a follow. He's awesome. Real nice dude. Love him to death. Besides that, I've been playing a lot of Ground War, trying to learn that game mode and the maps, because I used to only play 10v10 domination, but since they took that out and added Mosh Pit, I figured it's about time I learn the Ground War map so that I can actually have fun playing that mode. And I have been. I've been getting a lot better now that I'm learning the maps more, the cadence, the rhythm of the whole experience. So that's been a lot of fun. And if you wanted to catch the stream live, I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Just search for twitch.tv/Razanon. And of course, Tanner and I have been doing our Call of Duty podcast weekly called The Drop Shot. And that's typically streamed on Saturdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Not always, but usually. It's streamed live on Twitch. Viewer interaction is super high. We engage with chat a lot. So if you want to see it live, make sure you give my channel a follow so that the next time we're recording our next episode, or just me playing the game, you'll be there. And of course, we're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you listen to podcasts, just search for The Drop Shot. So today I wanted to talk about the new SMG that got released, the Striker. And at first, my opinion on this gun was pretty lukewarm. Doesn't seem that good. But once I got what I found is the optimal class setup, I actually found that it was quite a powerful SMG. So I wanted to show you guys that setup. And then after we go over it, we'll get into my overall verdict on the Striker. Is it good? Is it worth using? Etc. So a lot of the attachment names for the Striker are going to be different than what you're used to seeing, but they all accomplish the same thing as every other attachment in the game. So for the Striker, first off, we've got the monolithic suppressor. Gives you the suppression effect, gives you some more damage range. Those are always good, especially on SMGs. I'm a huge fan of that because the gun is still going to aim down sight very quickly. So the added weight you get from that monolithic is not going to be a big deal. Additionally, we've got the longest barrel available, the 400mm stainless steel. That's also going to increase your damage range, as well as give you more bullet velocity. So you're not going to have to worry about travel time. And I think bullet velocity is actually just about the most important stat in the game for most guns. Next up for ammo, 45 round mags, because it's the biggest mag you can get. And I'm a huge fan of extended magazines. And again, the weight increase is not very noticeable. This thing still ADSs quite quickly with this setup, and that is thanks to the next two attachments. The rear grip, the FTAC G5 EXO, which is a fancy name for a stippled grip tape, increase ADS speed, increase sprint to fire speed, and then the stock XRK Gen 3 Survivalist is just a raw increase to ADS speed. So when I was leveling up this gun, I thought it was nothing special. I kind of thought the same thing about this gun that I thought about the Grau. Like, okay, it's a decent SMG. It's not particularly good or bad at anything. If anything, it's on the lower end of the SMGs. But once I unlocked all the attachments, especially the barrel, you really start to see how this SMG sets itself apart from every other SMG. If you've used the Uzi at all, it feels similar to that, especially with the relatively low rate of fire. But this SMG far and away has the longest damage range of all SMGs by a factor of almost 200%. There are some SMGs that don't even have a 3-shot kill range unless you're getting headshots. This one has a very long 3-shot kill range. So you actually have a very fast time to kill at distances that are way outside of the realistic damage ranges of basically every other SMG. And when I was playing the Shipment Rust playlist is when I really started to notice this. I would be shooting from one corner of Shipment to the other corner and 3-shotting people. And that is a fast kill. You can't get a faster time to kill from one corner of Shipment to the other, for example, with any other SMG unless you're landing headshots. But of course, you can land headshots with this gun too. So that kind of balances those out. So the Striker is unique in that it is an SMG that has fantastic damage range. And that means you could compete with assault rifles in a lot of scenarios where you're not going to be able to compete with those with any other SMG. So I would say that if you're really up close to someone, yeah, there are a bunch of better SMGs. MP7, Bizon, MP5, P90. Those are all going to be better within like 10 meters. But the Striker is still very competitive within 10 meters. You can still kill very quickly, but importantly, up to like 25, 30 plus meters, you can still be three-shotting people with this. So now all of a sudden your time to kill is way faster with the Striker than with any other SMG when you're seeing people that are just a little bit farther away. So the Striker gives you that really high versatility factor that no other SMG has, in my opinion, because it's very extremely effective at close range like all the other SMGs are, but it's also extremely effective at medium range, like proper medium range, assault rifle range, and no other SMG can do that. So if you're in a situation where you only strictly expect to be seeing players that are within 10, 15 meters, yeah, use another SMG. But if you want to use an SMG and you're expecting to see people sometimes or even relatively often outside of that 15-meter range, I genuinely believe the Striker is the best choice because no other SMG comes even close to competing with it outside of that 15-meter window. So I've grown very fond of this gun, but it's very attachment dependent. If you're not going to use the 400mm barrel, I don't think you should use the gun, period. And with the setup I've given you here, the ADS time is still very fast. The strafe speed is good like all the other SMGs. And again, the damage range is just insane. If you're still not convinced, what I would say to you is level it up to at least the 400mm barrel, slap that on, play a couple games with it, and see if you don't change your mind after having some firsthand experience with it. In addition to everything else I was saying, it's very little recoil. It's easy to control, especially because of the relatively low rate of fire. You're going to have no trouble controlling the recoil at those medium 30-meter range engagements that I was talking about, where this gun really shines. So give this setup a try. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, how you like this gun. I've had very mixed reviews on this, and I think it's relatively unpopular because when people think of or use an SMG, they expect it to behave like an MP7 or an MP5, where it just shreds when someone's right next to you, but is terrible at anywhere outside of that. This gun occupies one of the most unique niches of all the guns in the entire game, if not the most unique niche. And I'm a big fan of that. It has extremely high versatility. So give it a shot. Let me know what you guys think. If you hated the video, smash the thumbs down. If you enjoyed it, a thumbs up would be great. I exclusively make Call of Duty multiplayer content on this channel, so consider subscribing if that's your thing. I've got a Facebook page, I've got a Instagram, a Twitter, a TikTok. All that stuff is linked down below, along with, of course, my Twitch, which again can be found at twitch.tv/Razanon, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Drop me a follow now, so next time I go live, you can come catch me. Say what's up, ask me questions, give me Twitch Prime subs, whatever you're into. And don't forget, if you're a podcast listener, catch the Drop Shot. I stream it live on my channel. If you're not able to catch that, I upload the full video version here on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist called The Drop Shot for your convenience, or if you want to listen to it while you're at work, driving around, going for a run, lifting weights, then you can also find it wherever you listen to podcasts. Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, doesn't matter. Just search for The Drop Shot. Thank you so much for watching, Young Kings. Have an excellent day, and as always, remember, stay humble.
Oops.